Hello, my friend. Welcome to this episode of our English Learning Podcast. In today's episode, we will talk about how I manage my time, how I stay focused, and how I make progress every day. This is not only about time management. It is also about motivation, energy, and clear daily habits. And remember, this podcast is also a tool for you. While you listen, you can improve your English listening. Learn real words for daily life. Practice simple speaking exercises. And get motivation for your own goals. So, relax, take a deep breath, and let's begin. When I was younger, I thought time was unlimited. I thought, I can do everything tomorrow. I don't need to plan. But later, I discovered something. Time is not unlimited. If I don't plan, I lose hours. If I don't focus, my goals stay only in my head. Do you know this feeling? You want to study English. You say, today I will study for 1 hour. But then you open your phone. You scroll social media. You watch a video. Suddenly, the day is finished. And English practice? Zero. This happens to everyone. That's why we need simple time management habits. Time management is not about being a robot. It is about choosing what is important and making small steps every day. Let me tell you about my mornings. I wake up at 6:30 a.m. Yes, it is early, but mornings are very powerful for me. Why? Because in the morning my brain is fresh. There is no noise. No stress. No emails. Here is my morning routine. Wake up at 6:30. I do not use a snooze button. Drink a glass of water to wake up my body. Stretch for 5 minutes. Simple movement for energy. Sit down with a notebook. I write my plan for the day. Read or listen to English for 15 minutes. Yes, I also practice languages. This small routine gives me control. It tells my brain, today will be good. Today I am ready. Exercise for you. Now let's practice. I will ask you a question. You can answer out loud. In English, don't be shy. Just speak. Question. What time do you usually wake up? Say your answer now. Pause. Great. That is your first small speaking practice. After my morning routine, I open my notebook. I write 3 important tasks. Not 10, not 20, only 3. Why 3? Because if I finish these 3 tasks, I feel successful. If I write 20 tasks, I will feel stress. Here is an example. Task 1, write 1 page for my book. Task 2, record 1 podcast episode. Task 3, do 30 minutes of exercise. That's it. Simple, clear, realistic. At the end of the day, I look at my list. If all 3 are finished, I smile. I know today was good. But maybe you ask, how do you stay focused? What if you get distracted? Good question. I also get distracted. I also sometimes lose focus. Here are my simple tricks. Pomodoro method. I set a timer for 25 minutes. I work with full focus. When the timer rings, I take a 5-minute break. Phone in another room. My phone is the biggest distraction. If I want to focus, I leave my phone in another room. 1 task at a time. I don't multitask. I finish one thing before I start another. These tricks help me create deep work time. Even 1 hour of deep work is more powerful than 5 hours of distracted work. Now let's pause. I want to give you some real vocabulary from this episode. Routine equals your regular daily activities. Task equals something you must do. Focus equals to give full attention. Distraction equals something that takes your attention away. Break equals short rest. Plan equals a decision about what you will do. These words are very common. You can use them every day, not only in English class. Speaking practice. Let's make sentences together. Repeat after me. My morning routine is simple. I have 3 tasks today. I want to focus on English. My phone is a big distraction. I will take a short break. I need a clear plan for my week. Well done. If you repeat, you are already practicing speaking. Sometimes, even with a plan, I feel tired. Sometimes I don't want to work. What do? I remember my why. Why am I doing this? Why do I want to study, to work, to improve? For example, I want to be healthy, so I exercise. I want to grow my project, so I write. I want to connect with people, so I record podcasts. When I remember my why, I feel new energy. So I recommend write your why on paper. Put it on your desk. Read it when you feel tired. Here is another secret. I don't wait for big success. I celebrate small wins. For example, if I study English for 15 minutes, that is a win. If I drink water instead of soda, that is a win. If I write 1 page, that is a win. Small wins build confidence. Confidence builds big results. Let's talk about one very big mistake. When people start a new goal, they are very excited. They study English for 5 hours on the first day. They exercise for 2 hours. They write 10 pages. But then they stop because it is too much, too heavy. Do you know this feeling? Maybe you start strong, but after 2 or 3 days, you feel tired. Then you stop. That's why I say, consistency is more important than intensity. It is better to study English for 20 minutes every day than 5 hours 1 time per month. It is better to walk 20 minutes every day than run 2 hours once and then stop. Speaking practice. Repeat after me, slowly. Consistency is important. I could do small steps every day. Small steps create big results. Good. Remember, don't push too hard. Just stay consistent. I already told you about my daily 3 tasks, but I also plan my week. Every Sunday evening, I sit with my notebook. I ask myself, what are the 3 most important goals this week? What small steps will move me forward? What day is best for each step? For example, my week plan looks like this. Monday, record podcast. Tuesday, write blog post. Wednesday, study language. Thursday, exercise extra 1 hour. Friday, plan video script. Saturday, free creative writing. Sunday, rest and review. This way, I know every day has a clear purpose. No day is wasted. Exercise for you. Take a piece of paper. Write the days of the week. Now write 1 small English goal for each day. For example, Monday, learn 5 new words. Tuesday, watch 10 minutes of English video. Wednesday, write 3 English sentences. Thursday, listen to podcasts for 15 minutes. Friday, review vocabulary. Saturday, speak out loud for 5 minutes. Sunday, rest. If you do this, in 1 week you already make progress. This is a difficult lesson, but it is very important. If you want to manage your time, you must say no to some things. Why? Because time is limited. If you say yes to everything, you have no time for your real goals. For example, if I want to write my book, I must say no to watching TV all night. If I want to study English, I must say no to 2 hours of social media. Saying no is not easy. People may not understand. But remember, when you say no to something unimportant, you are saying yes to your dream. Speaking practice. Repeat after me. I can say no. My time is important. I will say yes to my goals. Good job. Here is a surprise. Rest is part of productivity. If you work, 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 and never rest, you'll become tired, angry, and sick. I learned this the hard way. One year, I worked 12 hours every day. At first, it felt good. I was very productive. But then my body said, stop. I became sick. I lost my energy. Now I rest. I sleep at least 7 hours. I take short breaks every day. I take 1 day per week with no work. After rest, I am stronger. My focus is fresh. My energy is high. So don't feel guilty when you rest. Rest is also success. Let's review the new vocabulary from this section. Consistency equals doing something again and again regularly. Weekly equals every week. Purpose equals reason or goal. Productive equals doing useful work. Rest equals sleep or relax. Now let's practice speaking. I want to be consistent. I plan my week on Sunday. Every day has a purpose. Rest makes me productive. Excellent. I want to share a true story. When I was a university student, I was very bad at time management. I always waited until the last moment. When I had an exam, I studied the night before. I drank coffee and stayed awake until morning. Sometimes I passed. Sometimes I failed. But I always felt stress. One day I decided, enough, I need a better system. So I started planning small steps. Instead of reading 200 pages in one night, I read 20 pages every day. The result? I felt calm. I remembered more. And finally, my grades improved. This story taught me, small daily effort is stronger than last-minute stress. Now, I want you to try something today. After this podcast, write down 3 small actions you will do tomorrow. Just 3. For example, wake up at 7 o'clock. Listen to English podcasts for 10 minutes. Write 2 English sentences in your notebook. That's it. Simple, clear, possible. If you do this tomorrow, you're already living the system of time management. You may hear the word hack a lot today. People say, life hack, study hack, productivity hack. But what does hack mean here? It is not about computers. A hack is a small trick or smart method that makes life easier. For example, if you put your phone far away, that is a productivity hack. If you study with a timer, that is a study hack. If you prepare your clothes the night before, that is a morning hack. Small tricks make big differences. Speaking practice. Repeat after me. A hack is a smart trick. I want more productivity hacks. Small tricks make my life easier. Good. I want to share 5 hacks that really help me. Hack 1. Prepare the night before. Before I go to bed, I prepare for tomorrow. I put my notebook on my desk. I put my water bottle ready. I decide what I will wear. This saves my morning energy. Hack 2, use a timer. I use the Pomodoro method. 25 minutes work, 5 minutes rest. This makes boring tasks easier. I tell myself, just 25 minutes. After 25 minutes, usually I want to continue. Hack 3, start with the hardest task. In the morning, my energy is highest. So I do the hardest thing first. After that, the rest of the day feels light. Hack 4, don't trust memory. Write it down. Our brains forget things. So when I have an idea, I write it down. My notebook is my second brain. Hack 5, 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, I do it immediately. For example, wash a cup, reply to a short email, throw away trash. Small tasks disappear fast with this rule. Speaking practice. Repeat after me. I prepare the night before. I use a timer. I start with the hardest task. I write my ideas down. I follow the 2-minute rule. Great. These hacks can change your day. Now let's connect this to English learning. You don't need 3 hours of English study every day. You can add English to your normal life. Here are some examples. Morning. Listen to a 5-minute English podcast while brushing your teeth. Travel. Read English word on signs, apps, or news. Work break. Write 1 English sentence in your notebook. Evening. Watch a short English video with subtitles. Step by step, English becomes part of your day. Not something extra, but something natural. Exercise for you. Think about your day. Where can you add English for 5 minutes? Say your idea out loud now. Pause. Good. Even one small step can help you grow. Here is a hard truth. Motivation is not always there. Some days I feel motivated. I want to work. I want to study. But some days I feel lazy. That's normal. The secret is discipline is stronger than motivation. Motivation is like the weather. It changes every day. But discipline is like a schedule. It stays. For example, if I only study when I feel motivated, maybe I study once per week. But if I follow my plan, I study every day, even 15 minutes. Discipline creates results. Speaking practice. Repeat after me. Motivation changes every day. Discipline is stronger than motivation. I can follow my plan. Excellent. Sometimes it's not about willpower. It's about environment. If my desk is clean, I can focus. If my desk is full of trash, I feel lazy. If my phone is next to me, I touch it. If my phone is in another room, I don't. So I try to create an environment that helps me. For example, I put books on my desk, not snacks. I keep my notebook open, ready for writing. I use headphones to block noise. Your environment is like an invisible teacher. It tells you what to do. Exercise for you. Look around your room. What one thing can you change to make it better for studying English? Say it out loud. Pause. Good. Even a small change can help you. Let's review new words from this part. Hack equals small trick or smart method. Discipline equals doing something even when you don't want to. Environment equals the place around you. Lazy equals not wanting to work. Motivation equals the feeling of wanting to do something. Now repeat after me. I know many hacks for daily life. Discipline helps me study English. My environment helps me focus. Sometimes I feel lazy, but I continue. Motivation comes and goes. Well done. When I started making podcasts, I was excited. I wanted to share knowledge. I wanted to help people. But after a few weeks, my motivation fell. I thought, nobody listens. Maybe I should stop. Then I remembered my rule, discipline, not motivation. So I told myself, every Monday I record. No excuses. The first weeks were hard, but slowly I saw listeners. Slowly I received messages. Thank you, this helps me. Now my podcast has many episodes. Not because I was always motivated, but because I was consistent and disciplined. Today, write down one hack you will try tomorrow. It can be prepare the night before. Use a timer. Start with the hardest task. or add 5 minutes of English into your day. Try it. See how it feels. Step by step, you will grow. Sometimes normal focus is not enough. We need deep focus. Full attention, no distractions. Deep focus is like diving into the ocean. You forget the surface. You only see your task. For example, writing for 1 hour with no phone. Studying English with headphones and notebook. Reading a book without looking at messages. When I work in deep focus, time disappears. 1 hour feels like 10 minutes. How to enter deep focus. Clear your desk. Put your phone in another room. Choose one task. Set a timer for 50 minutes. Work without stopping. After that, rest for 10 minutes. Then repeat. This method is very powerful. Speaking practice. Repeat after me. I want deep focus. I will put away my phone. One task, one time. Excellent. But there is a danger. Burnout. Burnout means you work too much for too long and your energy is empty. You feel tired, sad, and unmotivated. I had burnout before. I worked every day, no rest. At first, I was productive, but later I was broken. So how do we avoid burnout? Rest every day. Short breaks. Good sleep. 1 day off every week. No big work. Balance. Work, but also family, friends, hobbies. Listen to your body. If you feel weak, rest. Remember, success is a marathon, not a sprint. Let's connect again to English learning. You don't need a perfect classroom. You can practice English in daily life. Speak to yourself when cooking. Think in English when walking. Describe your day in English before bed. Use English when shopping online or reading menus. The more you use English in real life, the faster it becomes natural. Exercise for you. Now say this out loud. Today I will use English in real life. I will think in English for 5 minutes. Pause. Very good. Let's check new words. Deep focus equals full attention. Burnout equals extreme tiredness from too much work. Balance equals equal time for different parts of life. Marathon equals long distance race. Symbol for long effort. Sprint equals short, fast run. Symbol for quick effort. Repeat after me. Deep focus helps me. I don't want burnout. I need balance in my life. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. Well done. 1 year. I tried to study 3 languages at the same time. English, Spanish, and Japanese. At first, I felt strong. I studied 2 hours every day. But after 2 months, I was exhausted. My brain was confused. I wanted to quit everything. Then I changed my plan. I focused on 1 language first. I studied English deeply. Later, I added Spanish. Now I feel better. Because balance is smarter than overload. Today, I want you to write down 1 way you can create deep focus. 1 way you can rest more. 1 way you can use English in daily life. Just 3 sentences. Do it tonight before bed. My friend, we talked a lot today. We talked about deep focus, avoiding burnout, using English in real life, and keeping balance. But the most important lesson is simple. Backhand index pointing right small steps every day are better than big dreams with no action. If you wake up, plan 3 tasks, take small actions, and use English a little each day, your future will be very bright. Remember, don't wait for motivation. Create discipline. Don't fear rest. Celebrate small wins. And one day, when you look back, you will see, yes, I built a good life. Step by step, word by word. Thank you for listening. See you in the next episode.